Y'all gonna have to hear me out here. Welcome back to my channel. It is your girl, Bougie. Please do not mind the AC in the back. It's hot in where I'm at. It's burning, scorching, really. You know all about that climate change. Welcome back to my channel. It is your girl, Bougie, and in today's video, we're going to do a review on Issa Rae's new show, Rap Shit, on HBO Max, that is streaming on Thursdays at 9 p.m. And I mean at 9 p.m. Don't expect to go on HBO Max on Thursday at 3:34 and see a new episode, because it's not gonna happen. I learned the hard way. Episode 4 will be out. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video. Subscribe to join the BougieBabe family. And click that bell to be notified whenever I upload. Okay, so now we get back into it. It's probably going to be a very natural face today, because again, it's been a while. I'm going to start off with my Filter Effect Soft Focus Foundation in medium to full coverage in the shade Deep 34. It is a Morphe foundation. I doubt y'all can see that. I ain't even gonna try. Anyway, so as an intro, the show is written and produced by Issa Rae, who also wrote and produced Insecure, which was a very deep and amazing show for me. And she just came back. She's coming back. I mean, she did the reality show. I know, Sweet Life. I didn't check that one out yet because honestly, I didn't feel like it. And also, I didn't have HBO Max at the time, so might check that out too. And also in the comment section, let me know if you guys want more reviews. I mean, I'm gonna review the whole season anyway. I started something, I might as well finish it. If you do want me to review some other shows that you see on probably HBO Max, if you see any Netflix shows you want me to review, you're gonna have to give your Netflix password to me or donate $10 a month. I'm not paying for Netflix anymore. No, I find nothing exciting on Netflix anymore, and I've watched all the shows I've wanted to watch. So, but if you see something that you think that I would actually really like, let me know. And again, donate. So this show is about two girls from Miami, the main characters Shauna and Mia, and they are starting a rap group, and it kind of gives you the real deal of how it is to get into the music industry, especially hip-hop, especially being a female rapper in a rap group. Kind of feels essence to City Girls, because they're from Miami and they're two girls. It just, trust, when you watch it, you're gonna be like, are you sure Carisha and Jatavia wasn't supposed to play this? But again, I digress. So, oh, I didn't want to do foundation first. I usually do my makeup backwards. Oh well, we're already in foundation. We might as well just go ahead and get into the gigi. In the first episode, you get introduced to Shauna. Shauna is working at the Plymouth Hotel. Well, actually, the first episode is literally just a whole bunch of IG stories, which you will notice tends to happen a lot in the show. They like to introduce characters through either their IG story or their IG post, mainly the IG story. And you just kind of get a glimpse into what the character kind of portrays on social media, because in the next scene, they're probably not like that at all. So after a series of IG stories of just random people being like, Miami, oh my God, I'm in Miami, you get introduced to Plymouth Hotel, where Shauna, the main character, works at the front desk. And so, first scene starts, some random guy recognizes Shauna from Instagram, which is how most people recognize now. And it's like, wow, who was that girl that did that viral rap thing like 2 years ago? And she was like, yeah, trying to promote herself because she still does rap, but she wears this, as they called it in the show, Wakanda mask. Definitely is. I said, maybe did you go to Ghana? What is that? But she raps more consciously, kind of in a similar fashion to like Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, where they rap more about what's going on in society than, you know, something that the City Girls would rap, or Megan Thee Stallion would rap, where, you know, twerk, I shake my ass, and I pop my pussy. So, obviously in the first scene, she's trying to let him know, like, oh no, I still rap. You know, he's doing the typical, what a man would want his daughter to listen to. And oh, she raps only about clean shit. Yeah. But obviously does not give her the time of day to even really listen to her when she says, I still rap. I still have songs out there. But I digress. So she tries and fails to give him her Instagram and, you know, promote herself to let him know, like, hey, I do still rap. You get that? And then she goes away from the front desk for a little bit, you know, has to get her time. And she tries to contact a friend of hers, which we find out her name is Jill. And Jill works at Spotify. So basically, she's like the plug without being the plug. So she hits up Jill. She tries to figure out if Jill ever gave Spotify, you know, the song that she recorded, and goes on Jill's IG. Again, you will see a lot of going on Instagram, seeing and watching their IG stories. And notices that Jill is promoting a industry, they say hoe, so they say hoe, an industry hoe. And she was like, you just, you know, hits her up on Instagram, DMs her through the story and says, you know, you just called her basic and said she was an industry brat. Like, oh, you went industry too. You'll also notice a lot of that. They're like, oh, you went industry. Oh my God, I can't believe you went industry. Like, baby, the industry is going to make you money. I don't know about you. I don't know what you thought I was going to do, but the industry is going to make me some money. You're not. But boom, she goes back to the front desk, and that's when we get introduced to Maurice, who is the hotel manager. You know, she's recording him, basically kind of making fun of him, like, oh my gosh, which hoochie mama gave you this? Do I not have concealer? Oh my gosh, I don't. I threw it out. I threw it out because it was old. And I told myself I would get concealer later. We're just gonna have to deal without concealer. That's it. But so, you know, they make fun of each other, blah blah blah, and you can tell that their relationship is friendly. He's obviously a little flirty. Yeah, I obviously want some booty, but you know, again, I'm gonna mind my business to watch this show. So they are having fun at the front desk, doing what they usually do best, making fun of the guest. Oh, I could be on the show. And they see Duke. Duke is another character that we're gonna see a lot more in episode 3. But Duke is, well, technically the character's name is Chastity. But Duke, or aka Titty Boy, the Duke of Miami, basically works outside of anywhere. Tries to get VIP's numbers and stuff, and basically tells them that she gonna hit them with a good time in Miami. You ain't gotta worry. I'm gonna give you a good time. You know, we about to roll out. I mean, she doing what she gotta do though. I ain't gonna lie. If I was in Miami and I knew all these famous people would be coming here, why not make some bank? I just can't be mad at Girl Hustle. I can't. So boom, they kind of make fun of her, and Maurice leaves for a second because, you know, one of the customers are like, hey, do you know where skiing is? And he's like, are you paying with cash? And he's like, yeah. He's like, all right, bet, I'm gonna show you. Trying to make that money out of shit. Duke catches Shauna. She's like, who are you to record me? Okay, this is a free country. You not nobody. And Shauna's phone, her reminder, lets her know, hey, you gotta go to lunch. Felt that, because at my old job, I literally always forgot. I would tell everybody else, hey, go eat. And then it'd be like 3 o'clock and I was like, oh, I need to eat. So While Shonda is at lunch, this is when we get introduced to the other main character, Mia. My makeup's gonna look so bad after this, I promise. Mia is our regular Miami girl. She's with all the shiznit. She's a single mom, a freelance makeup artist, and she really like the social media life, right? Social media life? I don't know, but she's very social. She has a big following. I think like 25,000 followers, while Shauna literally has like 500, aka felt that Shauna felt. But you know, she hits up Mia, lets her know like, hey, I need somebody to watch my baby. I'm about to be at the Plymouth. I know you still work there. Well, she asks first, but you know, she tells Shauna, I need somebody to watch my baby. My baby father Lamont, who we will be introduced to later, literally did not pick up Shorty from school like he was supposed to. And now she's stuck. Her mom is unavailable. His mom is sick. And she had no one else to turn to. So, you know, since they haven't talked since high school, Shauna was a little wary, but she was like, you know what, come through. Yeah, I still work at the Plymouth, whatever. I could watch her while, you know, we have like a couple rooms. Because at first Mia was just like, you just got a room for me? Like, I could just let her chill out for a little bit because I'm only doing the bride's makeup. And Shauna was like, nah, I got it. Like, I'll watch her. So after Mia and her hang up, Maurice hits Shauna back up, tells her to come back to the hotel, come back to the front desk. He needs her for something. Honestly, he just wanted to do a reaction video and try to help her get her views up. You know how they do on TikTok. You just really be reacting to stuff and people be watching you react when they literally can go on YouTube and watch a reaction channel. I digress. Anyway, so they are watching this poor excuse of a female rapper. I'm sorry, but if you're gonna be a female rapper, you gotta bring a baby, because she looked like an industry baby. Like, they look like they got that white girl off of the California or maybe even a Mississippi street and told her, hey, you got a little big booty over there. We can make it a little bigger with some surgery, and I just need you to rap and rhyme, you know, these lyrics. Mind you, Shauna basically tells him like, oh, I put that bitch into rapping. You know, she used to just do covers, but she decided, unlike Shauna, that she wanted to be an industry baby, that she needed to get into the industry. Again, get in where you fit in, I ain't gonna lie. So Shauna's a little annoyed because she's also being produced by an old producer friend of hers who she feels like screwed her over and chose the industry and everybody else over her. So she gets a little mad. Maurice is like, damn, calm down. You know, and she's just like, all right, I regret this. Mia's here. Let me go take care of her baby. Because, you know, Mia texted her in the middle of it and was like, hey, I'm here. So me and her meet up. They go to a room. Shauna's just like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen her forever. She's like, yeah, you haven't. And Mia's like, you know, what you do now? Like, you still rap? And she was like, yeah, I do. And she said, with that funky Wakanda mask? That's exactly who said it. And she was like, yes, I do. Shauna was like, oh, that's cute, that's cool, you know, you got talent, I could see you going somewhere. And she was just like, well, you know, what have you been doing lately? And it's just like, get in where I fit in. And honestly, I felt that you gotta get in where you fit in, mama. I don't know what else to tell her. I do not know what else to say. She right. And Mia's like, okay, cool. And you know, they get a little awkward at first because they're like, girl, I basically haven't seen you since forever. I be forgetting that a lot of my makeup stuff is in my bag, but I just don't want to go get it. This is about to be a very short makeup look. It's not even a tutorial because, again, it's been months since I put on makeup. Like, thankfully, you know, the stuff I have on now is updated. Reasons why I threw out my concealer, because it wasn't updated and I thought it was, you know, expired, because it was. And it was like 8 months after opening. I said, oh baby, it's been here for a good year and a half. Let me throw this out. So, you know, me and him talk for a second. Shauna's like, hey, you know, we should totally hang out one of these days. And me was like, yeah, I gotta go do her makeup. So Shauna's like, okay. Does Shorty's makeup, gets her baby out of there, and dips out. Oh, obviously her workday's finished. So after, you know, Mia comes back with her baby, takes her baby home, Shauna's shift is over. Shauna goes to the apartment she shares with a roommate. I think it's like her sister and her sister's girlfriend who's deaf. And so she goes, and we found out that she has a little boo thing, little cutie or whatever. He's studying to be a politician. His name is Cliff, like Clifford, just without the erd. It's Cliff. And she goes to his Instagram real quick. As you know, she's been missing him, and he hasn't been really texting her. I mean, the boy is busy with school. I ain't gonna lie. And she's also been debating about purchasing a flight to Washington, D.C. to see him because she's supposed to see him in 2 weeks. But she still hasn't paid for the ticket because, you know, flights be expensive. I'm just saying. Like, I feel like I shouldn't pay any more than $200 if I'm still going to be in America. Anyway. So she looks through his Instagram. She sees a couple of things that she doesn't really want to see. AKA, it seems like he's flirting with a whole nother girl that's over there. Her name is Fatima. That's the only thing I know because I saw her on her Instagram. And, you know, she kind of like, okay, who is this bitch Fatima? And honestly felt that because who is Broad? Who is she? We don't talk about her. You never said that was your friend. And so she kind of annoyed. And then she also looks into her old friend's Instagram, the old friend that was the producer. I don't know his name. I forgot it. Something like, starts with F, Francis something. You know, he's basically like, you know, everybody said I wasn't going to make it. Guess where I'm at? You know, you ain't up like me. You ain't like me. And buddy, I don't want to be. But, you know, I couldn't say that. I'm not a part of the show. So she's a little annoyed because she's like, you know what? I'm so over it. I thought I was rapping. I thought y'all really wanted rappers like me, but y'all really don't. So she goes on a rant on her Instagram, posts basically a story saying she's quitting rap. Dramatic. Saying she's annoyed because, you know, everybody keeps saying like, oh, we want rappers like you. We want rappers that talk about, you know, something that's important and real and da-da-da. But she's like, no, you don't. You want an industry baby who pops her pussy and raps about the same shit about her pussy being so good and her scheming niggas. Don't lie. And honestly, she's right. You don't want to hear that. Yeah. Talking about some, oh, I want to hear the real. No, you don't. I know personally for me, as much as I love conscious rap, and I still do listen to some of the songs that I used to listen to back in like, what, 2016 to like 2019. It was a very good era for music, I'm not gonna lie. Regardless of what kind of music you're listening to. But she's just like, don't lie. Don't act like you really want to listen to me. Because I'm putting this out here and you guys all just go for the same thing. Bitches with the big booties. And even though she also got a thick ass, I don't know why she wasn't using it to her advantage. But I mean, I get it, but. So she basically says on IG, she's like, fuck it. I'm quitting. Like, I'm actually sick of you motherfuckers. I hate it here. I quit. Does her little, you know, I'm retired thing, and then we jump to Mia. No, I like, see, that's why I have notes. Because I just straight jump to Mia, because in the next moment, she has a fight with Cliff. Cliff is, you know, calls her, and he's just like, yeah, you okay? And she's like, yeah, I just had to get that out. And he's like, oh, okay. I'm trying to have some phone sex. And she's just like, no, not right now. Like, I'm not in the mood. And he's just like, you wasn't in the mood for 2 weeks. And honestly, I was like, okay, like, did you not just hear her? basically give up her career? Like, breathe, bro. Masturbate. Like, God, I'm pretty sure y'all use shared albums. You seen the video. Go back. But again, they not moving. So they get into a little fight, and she brings up the fact that, like, you know, she's seen him posting on, well, commenting on some girl named Fatima's Instagram. He's just like, she's my study buddy. I study with men and women up here. Like, what do you expect? Like, you just gonna get mad about every woman? And honestly, yeah, you didn't tell me about her. Like, you could at least been honest and be like, oh yeah, I know this is my girl Tima, like she cool, da da da, something like that. You ain't even give me no rah-rah about it. But I digress. So boom, Shauna, you know, hangs up on him, checks the message that she gave to me a couple hours ago saying if she wanted to go for drinks. Skip to Mia, and this is around the same time when Shauna comes back home. Shauna gives a call to Lamont. Lamont is busy, and she's like, hey, where's my money? Rent is due. Your baby need to eat, Brody. And he's just like, hey, don't worry about it. Money coming, money coming. And she like, what the f-? Like, she cursed him out on some good, like, that was a good curse out. I ain't gonna lie. She made me mad. I was about to call somebody baby father and just be like, fuck you, you ain't even doing this for your baby. Should I do a green look or blue? I was thinking purple, but I was lying to myself because there's no purple. So she's annoyed. Arguably, she should be. Like, what? How dare you? It's been this long and you still ain't renting you? And you be trying to, he like, oh, you catch more flies with honey. She's like, I ain't trying to catch no flies. And I ain't trying to catch flies. I'm trying to catch dollar signs. Give me my money. She literally said, I'm working 3 jobs by myself. Like, why are you making me do this by myself? Which is so true. You laid down with her. Why is she doing this by herself, sir? Get it together. Truly. Truly. Get it together. But he basically like, you know what? Don't worry, I'll give you money. You ain't gotta worry about it. I got a little something for you. Don't worry. She like, whatever, fuck you. Bye. Hangs up. She's a little annoyed, so she finally sees Shauna's message after ignoring it for like a couple hours. And it's like, you know what? F it. We going out tonight. We get some drinks tonight. I got the rest of the song because I don't really listen to it. But boom, they go out for drinks. You know, at first they go to a little, go to the little hotel. Not the little hotel, like, I didn't say the hotel's name. Plymouth. Goes to a little Plymouth hotel bar section. You know, Shauna's trying to hype it up to be something it's not. And Mia's like, yeah, no. Don't worry, we're gonna get a couple of drinks. We got them little brown paper bag drinks, finished that, and then went to the club. Okay. Went to the strip club, had a good old time, got a little drunk, and then sat in that car. And, you know, they was over there fake deep for a second. You know, Mia was telling her, like, dang, I didn't even want to come out with you tonight. I ain't gonna lie. But dang, Shauna like, well, what you mean? So Mia's like, no, you acted brand new after high school. Like, you just dipped out on everybody. And Mia was like, yo, I'm sorry. To be honest, I didn't even finish college. I dropped out because I thought this rap thing was gonna be real. It ended up not being, and I'm embarrassed, and I don't know what else to do. So Mia laughs it off. She's just like, what's being all fake deep on live? Because again, they're on live. They're on Mia's live doing this. And so she's like, you know what we should do? We should rap. You should rap a little something for me. So Shauna's like, no, stop it, get inspired. No, you don't, girl. You got talent. Get that off the dome now. Not you lying. Not you fibbing. So poor Shauna's not buying it. Mia's not buying it. She's like, girl, shut up. Do a little something for me. So they get off live and then they get right back on once they realize, you know, the beat. So boom, they get a little beat. So Shauna's like, oh, you remembered. I think it was because they had a beat together, or it was a 2-year viral rap beat that she used. I don't know what it was, but anyway. So Mia drops a little bar, you know, it's kind of hard. It's like, okay. She rapping off the dome, everybody on live like, okay, she rapping for real. And they do the song Seducing Scheme, which I love. I don't know the lyrics like that, and I promise you I can't sing it right now. And I just said I loved it. You know, seduce and scheme, seduce and scheme, and Mia says, you know what, we should do a rap group. And boom, end of the episode. That's episode 1. Episode 2, because it was a 2-episode premiere. Episode 2 continues right off where we left off. In the morning, Shauna notices that she's getting a lot of likes and a lot of attention now because of the Seducing Scheme live, and obviously, you know, Mia tagged her in it. So she's all excited. Mia's doing her friend's makeup, you know, I guess as a practice. And I call them the hyenas because I don't know their names, but they was just laughing up a storm, so we just gonna call them the hyenas. So the Miami hyenas are basically coming for me because she's like, oh, y'all hung out with Shauna. And she's like, Shauna not a bad girl. And she's just like, girl swore she knew everything. Like no one ever really liked her. And I'm just like, girl, okay. Not you hating. How you hate from outside of the club? Can't even get in. Oh dear God. Mia's trying to explain to her friends like she's not that bad as we thought she was. But her friends ain't trying to hear that. They like F her. And you know, one of the other hyenas is like, girl, who's that? And they said, girl, we went to high school with her. And she said, oh, her daddy a math teacher? She said, how you remember her daddy but not her? And she's like, girl, I remember everybody's daddy. Flag 1. Because why you remember my father but not me? I don't like that. So then Mia tries to change the subject and talks about Lamont and how, you know, he don't be giving them money because, you know, the girls asked her if she wanted to go out with them. She's like, I can't, you know, ain't nobody there to watch baby girl, which is their daughter, because Lamont ain't shit and don't be caring and is always in the studio. So her friends are like, but there's ballers, and you know how the other hyena was like, this is why I don't date broke niggas, like, ugh, they give me the heebie-jeebies. Mind you, Mia has a baby by a broke man, and the other hyena, you know, she has joint custody at least, but also is dating a broke man. So she's like, oh girl, I need to, you know, come at y'all like that. And honestly saying, because I ain't need to come at y'all, but bro, can't relate. Can't relate. Yes, I can. I can definitely relate, because one, I am broke. I am the broke man. But anyway, Mia basically says like, nah, I can't go. Plus, you know, I'm going to Shauna's so we can record the song. So Mia's like, alright, fuck you, bitch. We go to the party ourselves. So then boom, we stick to Mia for a little bit. Mia goes back to her actual job and sees that Lamont is spending money. He got water on his wrist, but he didn't have money to spend on his daughter or help pay rent. I'm a little suspicious. I don't like that. So, of course, because it's Instagram and because this show does rely heavily on Instagram stories and things like that, Mia comes crazy at him on an Instagram story. Basically, it's like, you know, if he got a watch but ain't got no case to it, run for the hills. If he got the newest car but ain't got a headboard, baby, run. He's broke. Basically a sub at Lamont. And, you know, she finishes that fake laughing, pretending like, you know, she ain't hurt. She hurt. She a little annoyed. I ain't gonna lie. I'd be annoyed too, but I'd have called him. I'd have been like, excuse me, I know I didn't see you on Instagram with a watch. And you owe me and your baby some money. We're confused. Where's the rent? But again, that's just me. So then she has to go back to work. Her manager gets her and we jump to Shauna's still in her house. I think she's getting ready for work. And she calls Jill, which is the friend from Spotify. She's like, hey girl, how was your day? You know, did you have fun? Jill basically pretending like she, you know, hung over all her behind. I cursed this whole video and I said behind. Off her ass. and she's like, yeah, I'm good, blah, 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 girl. So, you know, they had a little fun. They had a little kiki for a minute. And then, you know, Shauna brings up the video and you can visibly see that Jill is now with the shits. She does not really care to hear about it. She's like, girl, I thought you quit. And she's like, yeah, but I connected with a little friend. We had fun. And honestly, I want to do it again. Like, I might actually get back into music. You know, I'm going to have something for you to see. Don't worry. And can you just, you know, ask me, you know, help out and probably just show it to the right people. And, you know, Jill was like, I'll see what I can do. Shauna was like, thank you so much. Blah, blah, blah. Jill gets off the phone with her and calls another friend that apparently also knows Shauna. So she's like, Shauna called you too, right? And she's like, girl, like, yes, don't talk about this rap stuff. So she's like, it's your friend. And, you know, she's just like, I don't think she really understands, like, I can't just call favors. Like, I had to work hard for where I got to too, and I can't just call favors like that, especially if you're not having anything to back it up for me. And she's just like, girl, maybe you gotta love her from a distance. And you know, this friend is me, because I'll be saying that to people. I'm like, love them from a distance, because I'll be saying it to myself. So, you know, she's like, yeah, I guess so. I ain't gonna lie, they talked a little shit about Shauna, talk about like as if they shit don't stink. But I'm just saying that because I'm on Shauna's side. I know her more than y'all, so. So, Jill gets up, gets ready to go to work. Her friend, like, I'll give you a call back. My dog shitted everywhere. And I'm truly disgusted because, baby, why did we need to know that? Anyway. So, after the friend hangs up with Jill, Jill gets up to do whatever she needs to do. It jumps to us seeing that Seducing scheme is actually going to be becoming really popular. So it goes to some random kid's stream, and he's streaming whatever game he's streaming. It looked like Call of Duty, I ain't gonna lie. Looked like a bootleg Call of Duty. So boom, one of his friends like, yo, ain't this Cliff? Girl? Talking about some Seducing scheme. And he like, oh wait, I know the shorty with Cliff girl. Yeah, that's, you know, the ghetto dominatrix on her OnlyFans. So, you know, his friend had to get on him. He said, you pay for OnlyFans, bro? And I ain't gonna hold you. But also, get in where you fit in, okay? Okay. So they call in Cliff, because apparently we find out that those are actually Cliff's roommates while he's in Washington, D.C. And they basically make fun of him. They're like, yeah, your girl. Oh, she rap with a porn star now? Which I feel like is not even funny. Like, that's really what men find funny. Okay? She's rapping with a porn star. What are you doing? You're playing a game. Be for real. Be for real. So Cliff finds out about it. He's not too happy about it, but he doesn't call Shauna yet. Or, you know, presents his feelings about it yet. I guess he just had too much to do at the time, so he just doesn't care. So then after we find out that Cliff finds out about it, it goes to Shauna. It goes to Mia. So Mia's calling up her family. She calls her mom and she's just like, hey, can you watch the baby for me? You know, I'm going over to a friend's place so that we can record this, whatchamacallit, song, and unfortunately, my baby daddy ain't shit. So I need you to watch her. And you know, mom came at her for a little bit, talked a little shit. She was like, ooh, girl, first of all, you should never been sleeping with him in the first place. 2, you better make sure that baby came to eat. And something in me, kind of clicked, because I was like, first of all, can you not feed the child while you're watching her? Like, dang. 1, 2, why did everybody, auntie, mother, or somebody say that? Like, oh, you better make sure she fed before she get here. You can't be this broke. But then again, people be broke, I ain't gonna lie. So, she's like, yeah, whatever. Boom, gives the child to her mother after talking to her for a little bit. After hearing her mom dog her out a little bit, even though her mom's friend was like, don't do that because you was also out here. Don't do that. And she's like, that ain't none of your business. You know what? Okay. I kept telling her, I said, you gonna get the same problems you gave me. And Shawty was right, because Shauna be having issues. Mia finds someone to give the child to. She goes to Shauna's. Shauna then gave her whole closet a little makeover or whatever, trying to, you know, get them studio ready so they could record their video. I mean, record their song. He's like, okay, this is cute. And they go over the lyrics together. They do not agree about what should be said, but are we surprised? Mia is all about seduce and scheme, like seducing these men and scheming them out their pockets. Here come Miss Queen Dashiki talk about some, oh yeah, I be seducing you, as like she's rapping as if she's Sally Mae. Like, who wants to hear that? Why would I want to hear Sally Mae talk about me having to pay her back? Shauna, be for real. So they have a little issue, you know. Shauna a little upset because Mia basically just lied to her face. It was like, oh, do you know where the bathroom is? But she actually went in there to go watch a movie with her sister, well, her roommate, and her roommate's girlfriend. Because she was like, I just don't agree with how you coming up with this now. This is not what I was envisioning. And Shauna's like, well, girl, this is what I wasn't envisioning either. So they're like, all right, let's take a break. Maybe we're not supposed to do this. So, of course, because I felt that Shauna goes to her boyfriend to complain and basically say, like, oh my God, like, I don't know what wrong. Like, you know, we got two different visions. Maybe we weren't supposed to make a rap group. And Cliff is like, personally, I think you shouldn't even be in a rap group with her. She's a porn star. And Shauna's like, the fuck does that have to do with anything? Which truly, what does that have to do with anything? Okay? Like, she like to suck a little meat on the side. Like, who mad at her for that? Like, there's so many people out here that do it for free. So he just like, I just don't think that aligns, especially, you know, when we get married, I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna be that. And she's just like, be for real. And honestly, be for real. Anybody worry about you right now? What are you worried about? So he basically tells her, like, I just don't, hold on, y'all, I gotta look at this. I just don't, you know, care for it. She's just like, and he's just like, you know what, you're right, I apologize, it's been a lot for me lately, especially being away from you, deflecting. And she takes the bait. She's just like, oh, I know it's so hard. Be for real. But anyway, she's like, I get it, it's so hard being away from you too. And so they hang up, you know, kind of like like, I still like you, but I just don't agree with what you just said. They hang up, cool, whatever. The next scene goes to Mia looking at Lamont's Instagram stories while she's at home minding her business. And, you know, he's just like, they gonna hate you up. But we up. And she's just like, fuck you, blocks him. Boom, next day, their daughter, because earlier in the episode, I just forgot, I ain't gonna lie. She gets a call basically saying that her daughter, you know, had a big reaction. Baby got anger issues. Truly, that's it. Baby girl got anger issues. And she had a big reaction to something that was really small. And they were trying to figure out why. And, you know, Lamont was throwing little digs because even though he was on FaceTime, you could at least showed up. But he was on FaceTime basically like, wonder where she gets that from, you know. She was like, and honestly, I felt the same way because I knew you're not talking. You barely here. But I digress. So the teacher basically says like, oh, she just has big reactions. We'll teach her, you know, we'll help her with figuring out, but you also have to do some work at home. but baby girl is smart. She actually wants to be an astronaut. So I found this great space program for her. So you guys can think about, you know, putting her in that. And, you know, Mia, after the meeting, is, you know, just like, dang, I really wish I had teachers like that who really cared about me, like who really gave a fuck about what I was doing and why I was reacting the way I was reacting in school. So Lamont like, yeah, you know, I felt that. So he like, oh, by the way, he drops $4,000 on her in her Cash App, and he tells her like, I told you I had some placement money. I told you you'd be a good, so handle. And she's just like, thank you. And he's like, so you gonna unblock me on Instagram? But she's like, no. And felt that because no, you were supposed to been giving me money. Okay. I don't know why you thought it was gonna get different. Okay. So again, she basically tells him, no, I'm not going to unblock you. And they hang out. Mia, she's chilling. She's trying to figure out, you know, everybody kind of knows that Shauna had a moment where she was about to be famous and, you know, was in the studio and she had like a little group beforehand. And so Mia looks at the old account, looks at the old stories, and sees that, you know, obviously Mia got some trust issues. I mean, Shauna has some trust issues, especially when it comes to a rap group and always wanting to kind of control the narrative or control the creative direction of the music, due to the fact that her old producer friend, again, quote unquote, screwed her over when honestly he just decided to become more industry, and she wasn't willing to do a lot of the things that the industry was looking for. So Mia watches it and she hits up Shauna and it's like, hey, can we talk? So Shauna's like, all right, cool, whatever. We can talk. They go to Plymouth and, you know, trying to talk it out, trying to figure out what they're supposed to do and what the direction is. And Shauna basically tells her, like, I don't want to be like all the regular industry girls just shaking my ass for the male gaze. And, you know, Mia's like, girl, what the fuck are you talking about? The male gaze, baby, I shake my ass because I feel like it, because I want to. Like, do you not remember? We were never able to do any of this before. And she was just like, yeah, but you gotta think about it. Every girl started off with some nigga that wanted to fuck, and I just don't want to be a part of that. And she's like, all right, but because you don't want to do that, you're actually, you know, slowing your own pace down. You talking about the male gaze, like you looking for more male acceptance than the male gaze. Kind of hit Shauna like, damn, I didn't think about it like that. Like, yeah. And she's like, we in the bad bitch renaissance. Like, this is the time of our lives that we can really rap about anything we want to and be famous off of it. We can really rap about dumb shit like niggas do. And you so worried about the male gaze, like you ruining your own blessing. And honestly, sorry, I had to look at that. And honestly, fuck that, cause baby, you all worried about the male gaze, now you looking for male acceptance. Girl, if you don't even shake your ass, like, what? So they get back in the studio. They try to re-record Seducing Scheme. It actually sounds good this time. And I ain't gonna lie, you know, Mia had her moment. She was like, spitting. So, you know, Shauna was like, okay. I have a fun fact. Fun fact is Mia's character, the woman who plays Mia, Alja Chameleon, is actually a rapper, and she's from Love and Hip Hop Miami, which makes sense to me because baby, she was giving Miami the whole show. Like, I was like, I swear she's from Florida. I know she is, because why does she even sounds like a Florida person, and I feel like that you couldn't fake that. You couldn't, because I damn sure can't fake that. Like, what? Even the best celebrities or actresses could not fake that. No, it's just like, yeah, I believe she's actually from Florida. I don't care what nobody say. Boom, they finally produce Seducing. And afterward, we go back to Shauna. You know, Mia went home. Mia's now with her baby. And Shauna's like, okay, I'll master it. I'll try to do what I can. But we're probably gonna need a producer guy. So after Mia goes home, We jump to Shauna. Shauna is now naked with her Wakanda mask on the phone, on FaceTime with her man. And her man, he didn't need to hear hello. He saw his girl naked and jumped out his clothes. He said, "Oh, baby, that's what you had to tell me. I'm trying to see what to do." And I was screaming because I said, "Bro, you look desperate." But I mean, that is his girl. I can't even be mad. He was trying to get out of them. He was trying to get out of them drawers. I said, "Bro, I literally blinked and he was naked already." My man was thirsty. He was starving. So anyway, they have phone sex. Or FaceTime sex. They have phone sex. Through FaceTime. Yeah. And, you know, they finish. He talks to her for a little bit. They talk. And she's just like, you know, I'm nervous about the future. He apologizes again about how he's been reacting. She apologizes for, you know, how she's been reacting. She apologizes for how she's been reacting to a lot of things. And she's just like, I just really want, you know, this rap thing to work. Like, I don't, you know, want to get to New York once he's finished with school in Washington, D.C. She doesn't want to get to New York. And, you know, he's being a politician. He's living life. And she's just at home doing nothing. He's just like, "Hey, girl, it don't matter. Like, I can take care of you." She's just like, "Yeah, I need to do something on my own." So they try to talk a little bit about the future. She looks unsure, but he looked like, you know how men look once they finally get some butt. They like all googly-eyed. So she's like, "Okay, cool, whatever." And the end of episode 2. So now we go to episode 3. Episode 3 focuses more on Duke, Lamont, and Maurice, and kind of shows their involvement with the girls and how they connect to them. So the first scene, we see some IG stories again, and this is more about the Duke of Miami. You know, it's for some random rapper, Guapo something. And the Duke of Miami showing them a good time in Miami, you know. Got the hoes with them in the club, doing it up. And yeah, that's really it, you know. It's like this one funny scene where like the Duke is like, "I got drugs," and everybody's like, "Drugs!" And I was just like, And I was like, I can't. You guys really drugs. Drugs is what made y'all happy. Then again, you know, they in Miami, they having fun. Can't be mad at them. Not right. I'm gonna try to do Cupid Bowl. I don't like my makeup, but I don't want to finish it, but I'm going to. So Duke of Miami at the end of it is like, "Hey, so you know, I showed y'all a good time," and the manager for the rapper is like, "Oh yeah, you did." Basically, is like, "Yeah, we'll call you next time we in," and doesn't even get her a cut, no money, no nothing, dubs her and goes and leaves the hotel. So she goes to the club the next day that she took them to, and it's like, "Yo, I just had some big names in here, like, you gonna spot me?" So he spots her a couple of dollars, and she's like, "The fuck is this? I literally just brought the party to you." And he's like, "Bro, I got other club promoters I gotta pay, like, you're not the only one in Miami." So Duke, you know, could tell she's a little annoyed. She goes back to her house, which she lives with her uncle. And her uncle drops a bomb on her, basically saying like, "Yo, I need you to pay rent this month. My business is short." AKA, his business is hoes. That's his business. He's a pimp. And she like, "Well, nigga, if you think your business ain't going well, what do you think mine is?" He like, hey, okay. I was accepting of all your confusing lesbianism, which, I mean, it's not even that confusing, bro. She just likes girls, like, huh? And she likes to dress like a boy, like, the fuck? I mean, dress don't even have gender. She just like to wear comfortable clothes, truly. I can't even be mad at her, because boy clothes do be comfortable. Like, they comfortable. Can't even be mad. But anyway, so he like You know, I brought you in when you was out here broke. You ain't had nothing. So this is the least you could do for me. Which I hate when family members do that. Like, your family. But at the same time, I also understand some family members like to take advantage of you. Just don't look like that in Duke's case. Like, she's not the type to take advantage. Same time, you never know. You never know. So Duke's like, all right, whatever. Like, yeah, you did help me out. I'll cover it. He's like, oh, all right. So then it jumps to Lamont hanging out with his daughter like he's supposed to. That's his fucking daughter. And they're on TikTok, you know, doing a little video or whatever. This phone doesn't die. Watch, I say that and it's probably gonna die literally in my face. So then, you know, he's like, hey, Mom. You know, Lamont tells his mom, like, hey, can you watch baby girl for a little bit? I gotta go to the studio. So his mom's just like, again? And you know, even the daughter looking at him like, bro, again? Hold on, So his mom's like, really? Like, are you really just going to leave your daughter again? And he's like, Mom, you know, this is serious. Like, it's how I make my money. So his mom's like, whatever. Takes her granddaughter and it's like, we can go to church, baby. And you could tell that granddaughter did not want to go to no church. She's not feeling the Holy Spirit, okay? But she's just like, whatever, daddy has to do what daddy has to do. Very annoying, truly. Oh yeah, I don't mind going to the movies tonight. Wash my face off first. Sorry. My mom texted me. She texted the group chat. Yes, my family has a group chat. I feel like everybody's family does though. Anyway. Yeah, go. Ask her what time. Y'all know who Kyle is. Y'all didn't watch my Ohio vlog. And so I'm gonna need y'all to go do that. Okay? Oh, can we go see Nope? Please. Please. I wish they were in here. The only time I wish they were in here so they could hear me. But okay, so Lamont gets ready to go to the studio. And boom, he can't go because his car got repoed. Sick so. So he mad a little bit. He a little mad. Why does this eye always come out better than this eye? Like, can y'all look at that? Why does that look so much better than this? Sickening. It's truly sickening. Anyway. So he catches an Uber. He goes to the studio. He calls up one of the labels that he, you know, made music for and is like, yo, y'all supposed to pay me. It's been 3 months and I didn't know that producers didn't get paid. Like, I thought y'all got paid on the spot. I didn't think that y'all didn't get paid until the music went out there and then played radio, and then that's when y'all got paid. So I was like, oh, they be coming for the producers too. Labels suck. Labels truly suck. Like, I feel like at this point everybody should just be independent. Because labels just are terrible. I never hear any good thing about a label. No matter who they are. Black owned, female owned, Spanish owned, like, shit, Asian owned. I haven't heard one good thing about a music label. Truly sucks. But anyway. So the guy that he hits up is like, bro, I don't know what to tell you because it ain't technically my job to be paying you. And sometimes shit like this happens. So go cry about it. Hangs up. Truly ain't shit. And, you know, Lamont's a little annoyed. So he hits up Mia and asks for the car seat. And so she's like, what do you need a car seat for? And he's just like, for the car. And she's like, but your shit got repoed. And he's like, yeah, I still gotta take an Uber. I'll make sure my daughter's safe. And I was like, you know what? Can't lie about that. You know, and earlier in this episode, he already went to the pawn shop and got some cash for the water on his wrist. So right now he's just asking Mia to drop off a car seat. She drops it off to him. And that's when she's like, yo, do you need money? And he's like, nah. Like, I don't want your money, I don't want your charity. And she's like, okay, well, how about I ask you to do some music thing for me? So he's like, what you talking about, Willis? So she basically asked him to master the song for them and to lay it down. And so he agrees. Then we get to see Maurice. So Maurice gets in the car. He just came from his apartment. Gets in the car, gets in with his Haitian brethren, his Haitian scammer brethren, and is like, oh, we about to do a little. And so it's, you know, he like, we about to do that? And he like, yeah. So then Shauna calls and is like, I need that. She says some code word like, my water is leaking, my pipes is leaking, I need you to come fix it. And he like, oh, you need to come fix it. She's just like, what the fuck I mean? Like, just because earlier in episode 1, I believe, episode 1, we saw Miss Karen, and yes, a Karen terrorist, as Beyonce said, being a terrorist and just terrorizing the people. And she recorded her card number and stuff because this is what scammers do. And she hit him up and said, hey, I need money. So we find out who Anon is. Anon is Maurice. And so Maurice and his scammer friend go to the store, buy a whole bunch of stuff, over $5,000 worth of things, and is planning to use his card. They didn't realize Shorty was gonna say, excuse me, ID? So, you know, they kind of trying to figure out, oh, what the fuck we're gonna do. So Maurice basically like covers them by telling Shorty like, oh, wait, we need to make sure we have this. So he tells Shorty like, oh, wait, I just want to make sure we have this thing. Cause you know, last time we didn't have it, his friend's quote unquote baby mama almost beat them. So he just wants to make sure that they have it. And she like, I guess you do. Like, I don't know. So they started looking for it. And that's when the scammer friend puts the, you know, thing, the numbers that, you know, is Karen's card into the, whatchamacallit, they actually use, I think, they use like a Cash App card or some regular debit card that you can put in, and you can put in random numbers into it. So, whatever the scammers do, I don't know. I don't scam. But I guess we're doing green and gold today. But anyway, so homeboy's like, oh, you know, kind of distracts the woman real quick. So she kind of forgets that she didn't get their ID, which I wouldn't have forgotten. I'd have been like, nah. But yeah, I asked for ID. I need that ID. But you know, again, this ain't me. I ain't in the show. I don't know. So they get away with it. Boom. We go back to Duke. Duke has hoes. What I mean, she has hoes. I mean, like, she's a pimp. Duke is a whole pimp. She got hoes. So the hoes get robbed, which I feel like was an inside job, because how did anybody know what the hoes would be up to? So the hoes are telling the story. I'm gonna call it hoe 1, hoe 2, hoe 3, because I don't know nobody's name but Loose Pussy Lips Jasmine. I don't know which one's Jasmine. So anyway, because why wasn't the color coming? Yeah, she's cute. She whatever. So the girls are telling Duke like, oh, someone stole the money. Like, you know, I was in here doing my job and someone just with a gun came in and stole the money from us. So Duke's annoyed, truly, and decides to go pick up her main hoe, because now she got to figure out how she's going to get this money. She just came from the club promoter, short, changed her, and she's a little upset. She finds out from the club, one of the stripper girls, that Mia's now doing music after she just tried to recruit one of the new stripper girls, even though Baby's not getting that job, but she don't know that. Pick up one of her main hoes, and she's like, what happened? How does his job go? And the main hoe was like, he told me he gonna fly me out. And the main hoe is played by Pretty V, which I love. I think it's so funny because we usually see her in such comedic roles on her Instagram that she's playing like this kind of like bitchy character, and I find it hilarious. So Mia's like, all right, cool. That's what I like to motherfucking hear. Boom. They go off into the sunset, and Duke starts asking, Pretty V's character, like, did you hear Mia's doing music? She's like, yeah, but she really just talking shit into a mic like I could do that. And Duke's like, I bet you could. So she's like, why are you thinking about recruiting her? And Duke like, something like that. And so boom, Duke goes off into the sunset with the main hoe right now. Going back to the hotel, she tells the main hoe what happened and how they got robbed, and she's just like, oh, I told you we could start over with these new bitches, like it could be just us. AKA, I feel like they got some type of relationship that is unprofessional, but they ain't no HR and hoeing, so no such thing as HR and hoeing, and so I can't help her out. But anyway, back to the actual story. We go back to Maurice, and Maurice and his friend, well, the Haitian brethren, they're packing up all the stuff because the scam is technically, the women or whoever else is in on the scam, basically their family, goes to another city, the store in another city, to return it and get the cash back. So, I'm gonna keep this way. I'm not gonna lie. But, so, scammer friend like, see, you be kind of cool with Shorty. You trust her? So, Maurice putting on a little front. He like, nah, I don't trust her. I don't trust these bitches. I digress. Anyway. So his friend like, all right. They joking around with each other. They're like, yo, make sure you label it right. Because, we almost got caught last time. But, he's like, I told her it was supposed to be in this, that, and third. So they joking, they chilling, whatever. And so Maurice goes to drop Shauna off the money she's owed because she helped. You wouldn't have no credit card without Shauna. So he goes to Shauna's apartment. Shauna's like, do you want to see where the music happens? Well, like the magic. And he's like, oh, so you taking me to the bedroom? And she's just like, could you not? Thank you. And I mean, honestly, could you not? Can we not be friends? Damn. Like, we should try to make it sexual. Friends, damn it. So boom, she shows him her makeshift studio, which was in her closet. And, he jokes around, flirting, and, you could tell there's so much sexual tension between these two characters. I'm not even gonna lie, you guys. There's so much sexual tension. It's truly nuts. Truly crazy. Like, honestly feel like if Cliff was not in the picture, she definitely would have let him hit. But she definitely would have been mad at herself because he wouldn't have called her the next day. He wouldn't have. He is complete fuckboy. She knows that. But, he leaves after he gives her the money. She like, all right, good riddance, bye. See you at work. And he like, yeah, you know you miss me. You know you're gonna miss me. She's just like, I really not, but go off. Because sir, I'm not, but go off. Do what makes you feel is right. So boom. After we get off Maurice, we go jump back to Lamont. Lamont and Mia are at Shauna's studio. Well, apartment. And he's laying down the track, doing his little master engineering, producing stuff. And Shauna over here taking selfies. I mean, not Shauna. I always get them mixed up. Mia is taking selfies. Shauna's just like excited at this point. She's just like, oh my gosh, this is really happening. And I'm like, girl, yeah, it is. So he finishes and he shows it, and I was like, like you really could twerk this song. Like it's good. I said, oh my gosh. And so they excited because they just like, oh my gosh, like we really got a whole song out. Like we really about to be the baddest bitches. And you know, they thank him, you know, he's just like, no problem, blah blah blah. So they're excited. And you know, Shauna's excited because she's like, I got something to show Jill. Mia's just excited because she's like, I'm about to be a rapper. And Lamont is excited because like he knows this song is good, and he knows as soon as it plays on the radio, it's over. He making some type of money. So they go for the night. After finishing the song, they're excited, blah blah blah. They listen to it, they download it, do what they gotta do. Duke hits up Mia. You know, Mia's kind of just chilling on her couch, baby sleep. She ain't with nobody. Duke hits her up and she's just like, yo, I saw you doing the seducing scheme, blah blah blah. You started a rap group. She's like, yeah, you know, I really trying to do it. Now we just gotta put our names out there. You know, we just laid down the song, and she, you know, Duke being Duke of Miami. Oh, I could get you in front of the right people. I know you can, Duke. I know you can. And because, you know, Mia and Duke actually have a really good relationship, even though Duke was trying to recruit her to be one of her whores. You know, toward basically this is the end scene. This is the last scene of this episode. Duke goes into explaining to Mia like, hey, I could really put y'all on. And so Mia's like, you're gonna do it for free? And she's like, yeah, but I gotta be your manager. So Mia's like, I mean free. All I gotta do is manage us. That ain't bad. But you know, any good Hollywood story is not without its faults. AKA, it's always the manager who eats shit and is always trying to take money. So the fact that Duke is trying to be their manager kind of scares me, because we all know Duke needs the money, and Duke about to do whatever it takes for that money. So boom, at the end, it basically is Duke trying to convince Mia to convince Shauna that she would be a good fit as their manager. And it is the end of the episode. And that's the end of episode 3 and the end of me reviewing these scenes. Again, when this goes up, episode 4 will be out, but next week I will do episode 4 and 5, so don't worry. So this show is definitely realistic, and it definitely shows the hardships of being just anybody trying to make it into the hip-hop industry, especially nowadays, because a lot of the times labels are looking at your audience. This is not like, oh, you just have talent, don't worry about it, we'll market you so you can get an audience. It's like, you should already have an audience. You need to already have people that are going to listen to you, because they're not going to pay millions of dollars and nobody's listening to you. So you need to have those views. And it shows how difficult it could be and how discouraging it could be, especially if you're trying to make an honest living out of it and you just want to be honest about, you know, creating music and being in the rap game. And a lot of times you've got to be mainstream just to get even an ounce of views with this. And it also kind of reflects back on the reviewer. Well, I know personally for me, because it kind of shows you like, hey, these people are working hard just so that you can listen to a song of theirs. And a lot of these times, like these songs, it takes years before someone listens to it. And it's like, it blows up. And it'll be random. Because I mean, think about it. Doja Cat has been rapping for a minute. She blew up off of Moo. I forgot what City Girls blew up off of. I forgot exactly what song it was, but again, they've been rapping for a minute. You get me? Like, people have songs that came out years ago that all of a sudden become so famous. You're just like, this is what I blew up off of? Like, I made this song 3 years ago. What, Lizzo blew up off songs that she made a couple years ago, and it was like, girl, I'm on a whole new era now, but okay. I'm not going back. It usually happens like that, especially nowadays, because you know, people are recycling, reusing. So sometimes you listen to a sample and you're just like, what song is this? And you might not even blow up off of your song. You might blow up because you're a feature on somebody else's song. and now your songs are getting plays. I mean, think about it. That happened with Tem. I mean, Thames is a really great Afrobeat singer, but no one was listening to her until Essence, when she was with WizKid. And then again, she had like a little moment where everybody was like, oh yeah, Thames is cool. I ain't listened to her new album, she cool. But then all of a sudden people are listening to her because Future and Drake used her sample from her song Higher. So it definitely does show the nitty-gritty of becoming an artist and really trying to make it in this industry, which I do like. It's very realistic. Even though I really don't care for this IG story shit, but it's a directorial choice, and I think it does make it realistic because, again, social media is everywhere. Everyone has it. Even the old grandparents have some type of social media, and unfortunately, if you don't have a big following on social media, you're not going to get viewed. You could have the talent in the world. If you only got 500 followers, no one cares, baby. You need to go viral. But I do like that part. I do love that it's realistic. Acting, it's not one of those shows where you gotta be like, they can't act, but you know, I can sit through it. Like, it's one of those shows where like, okay, girl, wait a minute, because I promise you, I had to search, I had to search for Mia's character, because I know she's from Miami. Because ain't no way she sounds just like I know she was born in Florida. She is, and I knew it because she gave too much. It was too good. I said either she's a great actress or she's from Florida, and she's both. She's a good actress. Now, the one who plays Shauna, Ida Osman, really good playing of Shauna, acting pretty good. Yeah, I don't really have ratings for them, but you know, it's believable. That's the good thing about it. It's believable. Cause baby, I was like, if this acting is not good, I'm not sitting through it. I was like, I'm not gonna sit through this. If this acting is terrible, who's sitting through it? Not I. Okay. It's a really good show. I'm surprised a lot of people aren't reviewing it, and I'm surprised a lot of people aren't talking about it, because you know, Issa Rae is very big in the Black community, especially as a writer and producer of shows. But I'm pretty sure the longer it goes out, a lot of people are going to get traction of it. Some people are actually going to sit there and watch it. So hopefully they see this review, and hopefully you guys watch this review and you guys want to watch it now. But that's it. That's all I gotta say. The actors are great. I just want to give a shout out to RJ Seiler. He was in Me, Earl, and Dying Girl, and he's a really good actor. I do believe that he has talent, because as Lamont, I hate him. Like, I felt bad for a little bit, but then I realized I didn't like him because, bro, you still ain't shit as a baby father. You're still kind of a terrible man. I ain't gonna lie to you, sir. Like, I ain't one of them. I tell you, you bad. You're a terrible baby father. Terrible dad at that. Like, I understand you trying to make your money for your girls and stuff. You trying to make your dream work. But oh my gosh. It just made me mad. He made me mad so much in these episodes. Except episode 3, but he made me so mad. In episode 1 and 2, I was like... So, but I do think this show definitely deserves some more views. I definitely do think it definitely is going to be gonna go down in history. Just kind of like how Insecure did. I do think this show is definitely going to turn heads. And I think a lot of people are going to like it once they actually get a chance. Maybe a lot of people don't have HBO, which is why people aren't watching it. Makes sense. But y'all found a way to watch Insecure. Y'all can find a way to watch this. Just forget to like, comment, and share the video with your friends, your family members, shit, Issa Rae if you need to. And click the bell to be notified whenever I upload. And don't forget to subscribe, okay? You can be a part of the Bougie Babe family. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, babes.